Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. We are the group 4. We will be discussing the organizational development and practice. The reporters are yours truly, Muhammad Salman A. Dadayan, Muhammad Jarel Pindaliday, Rahima Labas, and Nadra Bulyo. Organizational development and practice involves implementation of the strategic and structured methods aimed at enhancing the overall functions of an organization. Unlike theoretical concepts, organizational development in practice is deeply rooted in the real-world applications that produce measurable and sustainable outcomes. What is organizational development and practice? Number 1, application of structured strategic methods. At its core, the organizational development involves the deliberate application of planned strategies and structured approach to drive the organizational improvement. These methods are based on a data-driven analysis, stakeholders' engagement, and a clear goal that aligns with the organization's mission and values. The plan are not just the goals should not be random, but should be clear and aligned with each organizational mission to be more significant to the organization, or otherwise it will be a waste of time and both resources. Number 2, aim in improving performance and adaptability and employees' well-being. The primary objective of the organizational development effort includes boosting the organization performance, increasing its flexibility in response to the changing environments, and ensuring the well-being of the employees. It promotes the people-centered approach where employee development is as vital as the productivity and efficiency. An organizational development adapts the flexibility and adaptability. As the saying goes, the environment changes as the times does, and it would be best for the organization to adapt fast and accordingly. An example of this statement is the Nokia. Nokia is one of the biggest telecommunication company, or the first leading telecommunication company way back in early 2000s. They produce an iconic cell phones or mobile phones. But as the time changed, they get comfortable with what they had, which actually led to the destruction or the fall of the company. A people-centered approach should be best example is today's Apple. In China, the Apple employees always tend to commit suicide. The last part is to focus on lasting real-world changes. Organizational development is not a one-time fix, but a continuous process aimed at producing enduring positive changes, whether it's through cultural transformation, leadership development, or process re-engineering. Organizational development initiatives are meant to embody the long-term improvement into an organization. Development, or it should be done in a gradual manner. In summary, the organizational development and practice is about taking concrete strategic steps forwards, fostering growth, adaptability, and sustainability. It is a holistic approach that ensures organizations are better equipped to meet the current changes and the future opportunities through continuous learning and improvement.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Rahima P. Labas and I'm going to report about nature of organizational development. Organizational development is characterized by the following four key principles. First, plan and systematic. Second, behavioral science-based. Third, participative and collaborative. Fourth, change-oriented. In plan and systematic, organizational development is a deliberate process of improving an organization's effectiveness and capacity for change. It is guided by long-term strategic goals rather than short-term fixes. Before making changes, the organization carefully assesses its current situation and needs. In data such as performance matrix and stakeholder feedback, it is used to ensure that the decisions are evidence-based and aligned with overall objectives. For example, a local government might design a 5-year plan to improve digital services using citizen surveys and internal reports to guide its action and track progress. Second, behavioral science-based. Organizational developments, it incorporates insights from psychology, sociology, and management science. From psychology to improve motivation, teamwork, and leadership. From sociology to understand culture and norms. From management science to enhance decision-making and process. Example, the Civil Service Commission might conduct training programs that promote ethical behavior and integrity among employees to improve both individual conduct and organizational culture. Third, participative and collaborative. Emphasize active participation and collaboration from employees at all levels. It involves staff in decision-making, making them feel responsible for the success of changes by encouraging teamwork and sharing of ideas. Solution to become more practical and widely accepted. For example, COMELEC might involve election assistant in redesigning voter registration process to ensure that the revision reflect real on-the-ground challenges and insights. Another example, in the Department of Education, teachers and school administrators might be actively involved in developing a new grading system by including those who directly implement and experience the system daily. The department ensures the policy is practical, fair, and responsive to classroom realities. Fourth, change-oriented. Organizational development is centered on helping organizations adapt and improve in response to both internal and external pressures. It addresses issues like outdated practices or new legal and technological demands. Successful change requires clear communication, strong leadership, and regular monitoring to ensure progress. For example, a regional government office might transition from manual records to a digital filing system to streamline services, reduce errors, and minimize opportunities for corruption. Next, content of organization development. Organization development encompasses several core areas. First, organizational diagnosis. This involves assessing the organization to pinpoint strengths, weaknesses, and areas needing improvement. Tools like SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Analysis, surveys, and performance audit to help gather insights. For example, COMELEC might evaluate its voter education campaign to check if they effectively inform and engage voter before election. Second, intervention strategies. These are specific action taken to solve issues found during diagnosis. They can include team building to boost communication, leadership programs to strengthen management skills, and process consultation to remove workflow obstacles. For example, the Department of Budget and Management or DBM could use process consultation to improve the release of funds for local projects. Third, training and capacity building. This ensures employees stay updated and skilled through workshops and seminars on policies, technology, ethics, and leadership. It builds competence across all levels. For example, COMELEC may conduct regular training for election officers on new voting guidelines and automated system to ensure smooth election operation. Fourth, culture and climate improvement. This focuses on creating a positive, values-driven workplace. It promotes integrity, accountability, and professionalism, while encouraging open dialogue and employee recognition. For example, the Civil Service Commission advances its Serbisyong Totoo initiative to instill genuine service and ethical conduct in government agencies. Another example, in the Department of Health, management might launch a recognition program that regularly acknowledge outstanding healthcare workers who demonstrate compassion and dedication in serving patients. This encourages a culture of excellence, teamwork, and public service to improve both moral and service delivery.
Assalamualaikum. I am Muhammad Jarel B. Pendaliday, and I will be discussing about rationale of organizational development. Organizational development is a systematic approach aimed to improving an organization's capability through effective management of change and enhancement of its internal process. The rationale for implementing OD system from the need to ensure organizational adaptability, productivity, and growth in an increasingly complex and dynamic environment. There are reasons for implementing organizational development. Number one is enhancing organizational effectiveness. Organizational development focuses on refining process, structure, and strategies to increase overall effectiveness. This includes streamlining operations, improving communication, and aligning organizational goals with employee performance to achieve higher level of productivity. Number two is responding to change. In today's fast-paced environment, organizations must adapt quickly to external and internal changes. OD provides tools and frameworks that enable organizations to refrain agile, competitive, and sustainable aims, technological advancement, market shifts, and policy reforms. Number three is improving employee morale and performance. Employee engagement and satisfaction are critical to organizational success. OD practices such as team building, leadership training, and participatory decision making fosters a positive work culture. This leads to enhanced employee morale, job satisfaction, and improved individual and group performance. And number four is fostering innovation and learning. Organizational development encourages a culture of continuous learning and innovation. By supporting creativity, professional development, and knowledge sharing, OD helps organizations stay ahead of the curve, and effectively manage growth and development. And that's all. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good day everyone. I am Nadra Manabilang Julio. So as a group, our topic is the organizational development. And when we say organizational development, it is a strategic approach to improve an organization's effectiveness, adaptability, and overall health. Meaning, ang OD talks about improving an organization's effectiveness and adaptability by strategically addressing its systems, structures, and processes through planned interventions and initiatives. Nakafocus din siya on building the organization's ability para ma-assess its current functioning and tweak it to achieve its goals. And we have nature in types of interventions. We have person-oriented, process-oriented, and content-oriented intervention. First is the person-oriented intervention. Focus in improving individual employee well-being, skills, and performance. So itong interventions na to, pinoprioritize niya yung individual's needs, perspectives, and experiences. Nakafocus siya on understanding and supporting the unique needs and perspectives of individuals within their specific context. Example, if an employee is struggling with anxiety, a person-oriented intervention might include providing counseling, stress management techniques, or creating a supportive work environment to address the root cause of their anxiety. Kasi nga, ang person-oriented intervention focuses on individual needs and strength to address a specific issue. Other examples include individualized coaching, mentorship programs. Na sa example na to, it provide personalized support and guidance para ma-helping individuals develop specific skills to overcome challenges or achieve personal goals. For instance, a new employee might be paired with an experienced mentor for guidance and support. Second is the process-oriented intervention. Focus on improving an organization's effectiveness by enhancing how teams and individuals collaborate and interact. So itong process-oriented intervention is nakafocus on understanding and addressing the dynamic processes that shape individuals' thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. In essence, ang process-oriented interventions talks about understanding the how beyond the what of an individual's experiences from the word process, aiming to facilitate positive change and growth by addressing the underlying processes that shape their lives. In short, ang process-oriented intervention is nakafocus kung paano ang team or group works together rather than just the final outcome. Example, team building, kasi by engaging in this activity, team members learn to rely on each other, share information, and build trust, which can then be applied to the regular work. Second is the workplace communication training, kasi by improving communication skills, the intervention aims to improve the overall quality of interactions and relationships with the organization. Example, a workshop on active listening can help employees better understand and respond to each other's needs. Conflict resolution training, kasi by improving conflict resolution skills, the intervention aims to reduce tension and improve collaboration within the organization. And last but not the least is the content-oriented intervention. Focus on the substance or content of work, including jobs, tasks, rules, and processes to improve organizational performance and effectiveness. Meaning, nakafocus siya on the specific content or subject matter of an organization's work, aiming to improve processes, strategies, or knowledge related to its core activities. Ang aim nito is para ma-improve yung organization's ability to perform its core functions more effectively by addressing specific issues related to processes, strategies, or knowledge within the organization. Example, in a classroom setting, a teacher might change the textbook or curriculum to be more engaging and relevant for students struggling to grasp a particular content. Or in a company, identifies that communication between different departments is not effective. So para ma-address ito, they organize a series of workshops on active listening, nonverbal communication, and conflict resolution. And these workshops provide employees with the tools and techniques to improve their communication skills.